Hello scrappers, back again. Got a couple flat screen TV and an old CRT monitor. Thought I'd go ahead and tear those down tonight. So got me a folding chair over here. I'll set this down in for the time being. Today's Tuesday, March 24th. Tomorrow's Wednesday and trash runs Thursday, so we're going to go ahead and tear this kind of stuff down and get it out of here and get it in the dumpster. So far trash is still running. I'm getting a lot of traffic on my YouTube channel. I don't know if it's just people liking this or if they're just all self-quarantined and bored, don't have nothing to do, so they're watching YouTube videos. Can't say that I blame them, something to do. I watch quite a few myself. Been a few days this week. Over the weekend it was kind of cold, so I didn't even go outside. I just stayed in. Well, Saturday I did. I made the video. Sunday I stayed inside and just watched videos. Which cord's already been cut off. I don't remember if I did that last week. Probably did. The week before. Yeah. I plugged the thing in after I got it, and the screen has been broken. So it was quite colorful. And I see on the news they're quarantining or stay-at-home orders more and more. Different areas of the country, different towns, different states. I think yesterday we had 67 cases of coronavirus here in Oklahoma, and now it's jumped to 81, I think, this morning. So I don't know if there's any use for these brackets or not, or if they're somewhat universal, so I don't know. I should just hang on to that for a little while. Because I got a couple box fans over here I need to tear down one of these days. Got a couple milk crates full of stuff. Still got all those motors to go through. I'm trying to kind of take my time going through it, so I got plenty to do until things go back to normal. Been a while since I've tore down one of these flat screens. Which, if you need magnets, you got magnets here. I guess I can zoom in a little bit, especially for those that are watching this on their cell phone. That's probably about it. It's got a pretty strong magnet in it. Low grade board, probably low grade board. Yeah, like I say, there's not much. Tin, a couple magnets with more tin or shred. That's when those things come out of there nice and easy. I've got stick them on my door. Got a couple 3 push mowers out there in my shed I need to get working on. I'm thinking about doing it later this week. Got to put a new throttle on my John Deere riding mower. That was $28. But I've had that thing, oh, probably 4 or 5 years now. It 200 hours on it. I got a riding mower down in the field I need to go down and get. I think it's got some good tires on it and I can swap them out. So I don't have to keep airing them tires up quite so often. Yeah, here you just kind of look and pull screws on the circuit boards. I got a couple 55-gallon drums out there that I've been throwing a lot of circuit boards in. I think that's probably one of the biggest mysteries of e-waste is how to sort the boards. I'm seeing a little circuit board right down under here. Not exactly sure. Okay, it looks like I got tabs right there with screws. I saw the screws, but I thought they were just holding down the circuit board, and that's too big of a bit. But what I was thinking on those push mowers, I was thinking about maybe doing a couple of videos on repairing those. I don't know if you guys would like to see something like that or not. This is mainly a scrapping channel, but our little moose scrapper says, you know, scrap is the least value, the least amount of value of something. You know, and that saying, you know, there's sometimes you can sell stuff and get, you know, for a little more or a lot more than what you're going to get for scrap value. Now this has got a pretty decent little chip in it. So I had a box in here, but I took it out and dumped it into the barrels. And you got this little ribbon wire. I got a, of course that may contain, well, looking at, I don't know if that might work better, I don't know. See the gold along this bottom edge and top edge, a lot of little gold pins there. So, a lot of copper. So I'll set that aside. And got so much junk in here, got to figure out where I can set it that it's not going to be in the way of something else. Of course, I'll try to, if I do the video, yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see it, or let me know in the comments if you don't want me doing something like that. Which I know a lot of you probably know how to work on mowers and stuff anyway. But I know there's some guys out there that probably don't. And a lot of times you pick up some pretty nice stuff, and a lot of the people that own this stuff have no idea how to work on it. And it's probably easier for them just to go buy, spend $200–300 and go buy a new mower than it is to put it in the shop and get it fixed. Most of them think it's going to cost an arm and a leg to fix it. Yeah, I got some foam on that, so I'll have to clean the foam off of that, and once that's done, I'll throw it in my ribbon wire. I don't know if it's worth much of the time. I don't really see too much on this board. Some of you guys into e-waste could probably leave a comment on whether it's mid-grade, low-grade. I know it's not a high-grade, that's for sure. And we got a couple aluminum heat sinks. But I think that's the biggest mystery to me is how do you grade a board? It's got a couple of these little packs here on the back, so I think those have a little bit of value. Nothing like a CPU. So I think with all this other stuff like this, I think that makes it pretty much a low to mid-grade. Like I say, I'm no expert on that. It's just a, I guess I could say, uneducated guess, because I really don't know on that. Okay, boards. Okay, there it comes. I was gonna say it's kind of moving, but then get down there and get my eyeballs, glasses to focus here. But that was a thought anyway on doing the mowers, so get a little break from scrapping the same stuff over and over and over. There's only so much stuff you can pick up, and then, you know, doing videos on monitors and TVs and refrigerators and motors and microwaves, and then back to, you know, going around and round and round doing the same thing over and over and over. I got the camera set off to the side of the tripod, and that's kind of getting a little used to. It's off to the side of the monitor. The monitor's over here about where I'm standing, and I usually have the camera right in front of the monitor, so I can just stick this right up there in front of it. Now here we got some copper. Being it's brown, we got a couple little chips back here. From what I understand, you can take a low-grade board, you can pull these pieces here off, pull these off, little transformers, copper, and this one here. And even though you pull them off, from what I understand, you can still sell the low-grade board as a low-grade board. And plus you got aluminum heat sinks. Those come off pretty easy. Just pull these screws out and find out where it's attached, pull it off. Sometimes you can just desolder it from the back. But yeah, it is what it is anyway. Now, about all we have left here is really just all this metal and then the plastic LCD or plasma screen, whatever it is. So I think there's just some screws around the edge that fasten that on. There may be a little circuit board right there where the push buttons are. Got a little bit of fine wire, probably low-grade wire. Not sure why the compressor kicked in. I thought I heard the motor tire, but I thought I disconnected the air line from it. Might be all I need to pull, I'm not sure. No, there's still some holding it. Might be these. Until let's go. Some of these are probably totally irrelevant. Yeah, there's a little wire now. guess I could pull some of these in the front and get that out of there, but I'm pretty sure the scrapyard will take it as is. I got rid of some of the plastic weight, so I'm sure they'd be happy with that. I'll set this aside. Yeah, the CRT monitor is basically the same as a old television, but one thing is this plug may have gold in it, so if you're not into gold recovery, cut that off anyway. If you get a bunch of these, or even if you throw them in a coffee can or get a plastic jar or something, just let them build up. Sometimes scrap yards will buy those by the pound, especially if they do e-scrap. Now I'm not sure on this little deal whether to cut that off, leave it on, because I could ask the scrap yard. But one thing is, don't throw this cable in with your normal wire. This is data cable, and I believe it brings a better price. We'll cut that off of there, and I'm just going to hang this in my bucket rack for now. Just loop it over one of the 2x4s, let it hang there. Okay, I got a couple little screws there. Got a couple down here. And sometimes on these TVs and stuff, your little bit won't work. Sometimes you got to get one a little longer. Sometimes you got to get one a lot longer. And sometimes you got to get a number 1 Phillips head instead of the number 2. Number 2 worked on those 2 little ones there. This might be a candidate right there. Doesn't have a hole, but it's got a long slot. I can get in there at an angle and get that out of there, so we're good. And got one here. Yeah, I still got all the dirt on the table from when I did the radiators Saturday. Sunday I just stayed in. I got the mower out there, so I might have to hook the trailer up, come around the back door and load all the trash in and take it out there to the dumpster. Now, one thing that this might have, well, it's still good. We got a circuit board, nice and green on this side, but it's brown on the other side, so usually brown means low grade. We got a degaussing cable. Most of the time, once you get that electrical tape off of there, most of the time they're copper. But occasionally they'll be aluminum. This one is copper. I hate unraveling all that tape, then you get in there and you find out the thing is aluminum. So really all that work. But sometimes they're not too bad. Sometimes you get it right and they come right off. Kind of depends on how old the unit is. I'm looking to see if that will pull straight out of there. I'll probably have to cut that wire there off. Usually that's what holds them in there half the time. It's wanting to come, but If you're concerned whether the capacitor in there has a charge, go ahead and do the discharge like I showed in the video where I'm tearing the TV down. I can probably give a quick explanation right now. I've got the stuff sitting right here. Basically, get you a long wire, strip the ends off, wrap the ends around a couple screwdrivers, stick one screwdriver down in the ground. So I've got a dirt floor in the shop, and we've had a lot of rain, so part of the floor over here is pretty damp. So the screwdriver goes right down in the ground nice and easy. The other screwdriver, make sure this one's a flathead. You just get it right up under here. Just go in and poke at it. There's a little metal clip that goes down in there. And if it's got any charge in it, it'll let out a pop and discharge, because it's going to follow that screwdriver, follow that wire right on down. But you can see here where the glass sits pretty flat. So I think you can kind of see it here, where when you stick that in, you're going to hit metal. And it basically just goes into a little hole in the top of the tube. There's not a lot of, it's a lot of insulation, but not a lot of wire in there, so I usually don't try to strip these things. But that's how you can make it. You can ground it out, or if you're if you have a cement floor in your shop, you might find a piece of metal conduit, or you got metal uprights, you can run a ground screw into it, you know, something like that, just to ground it off somewhere, and then you should be good. But most of these haven't been plugged in probably years, these little CRTs, but you never know. So if you picking up from people like I do, you could always ask them, you know, how long has it been since that thing's been used. Got a lot of zip ties on here. I'm trying to get rid of this guard here, so I can bring this, there we go, it popped up. This wire here is holding it down. And the wire there is keeping me from pulling it away. Another wire here that's holding it down. And we got a little circuit board here. I'm just going to try to, guess I need to kind of turn the camera a little bit so I can, so I almost have to stand in front of the camera just so I can kind of see over there. Get that in the center of the screen. That way you can see what I'm doing. And we got that little, this little black pot metal thing that wires are going through, so I'm just trying to unravel it out of there right now, which I could just toss it aside and clean it all up later. But for the most part, these wires are usually shorter than what I usually strip, so I'm just throwing them in a little 5-gallon bucket to sell as is. Yeah, that didn't want to unplug, so cut them. Yeah, you can see the brown color in that board now. blue wires there. Okay, and still got a wire there. Wires everywhere. Okay. That one's loose from the main unit, so now I can get back to this. Now this degaussing cable has got zip ties all around. So I'm going to cut those zip ties, kind of clean that up for the degaussing cable on my workbench. It might be bright shiny copper when you get into it, but it may not be. Got a Phillips head clamp right here. On these clamps, I like to check them with a magnet. Sometimes, okay, the bolt is sticking, so that's probably 10. But now the ring is not sticking. I'll take it over here to the bench grinder, see if I see sparks. I see sparks. That tells me it's stainless steel. If it doesn't spark, it's aluminum. And here's the second clamp. I'll do the same thing, check it with the magnet. Picks up the bolt, but not the clamp. Just to be sure, I'll hit it again. It sparks. Now this one here has got a little tab here. I can bend straight up, and a little tab right here. I can bend straight up. Another one right here. I don't see one back there. Not necessarily going to pull the board up, but it might pull this back away. Now, as I can see in here right now, this is soldered right there, so I'll probably have to heat that up to get this, and heat it up here to get this tin off. It's soldered to the board. Then got aluminum heat sink right here. So, and one little chip. So low grade board. Take a little bit of cleanup. For those that are into micro scrap or e-waste. Anyway, once both of the clamps are off here, you can usually twist it. Try not to break the bulb, the tube. Now this thing's got a little tiny degaussing cable too right here. Look at there. A little bitty degaussing cable. Let's see, is it copper or aluminum? Copper. The good stuff. Yeah. I'm trying to twist that. I want to put my gloves on just to protect my hands. And for the most part, we're done with this. I'll pull these two screws here out just to take these two spikes off of here. I think they were there just to hold the place to run the screw in. So there are two little bitty circuit boards down there that go to the power button and the other buttons. I don't know if it's worth pulling them off. One thing about monitors, you usually don't have speakers, and of course most of them have that removable power cord too. Yeah, it's got a couple little LED lights. I guess if you want to play with LEDs or these little lights, you could probably run probably 5-volt to it. But other than that, it's just some low-grade wire. So I think this little cable here is basically a braided copper. Almost forgot that. I'll get that cut off of here real quick and try to get a close-up of it. Yeah, it doesn't want to pull out of there, I'll just cut it. See if I can get a close-up of it where you can see it. Just kind of braided. It's tinned, but I believe it's tinned to copper. And it's got some little brass clamps on it. So what I do to cut this insulated wire off, don't worry about where the brass is, and if you get a lot of these, I would just throw this all in one bucket or something. And well, that's about it for this video. I got another one of these monitors out there to tear down. I don't know if I'll tear it down the next few days. Probably won't put it on a video though. You've probably seen enough for this one. But what's left here to tear down, you got copper inside this yoke. You know, copper here. Got a couple clips here, and there's some copper up on top here. A couple little pieces of copper here. So there's, you know, pretty good little amount of copper there. That looks like another little bitty little circuit board, right? Okay, so right here you got a couple little deals of copper. So take a little bit of cleanup, but if you got a lot of them, they add up. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, hit the like button, share it, leave a comment, let me know how I did. Let me know if you want to see me do a little work on a couple of them mowers. One supposedly supposed to run, the gas tank leaked. I've got a gas tank hanging up out there that I brought in last fall. I've got another I've got a mower out there with the gas tank on it I can take off, and that's probably what I'll do. I got to pull the motor off that thing anyway, and then got another one out there that looks pretty nice. I have no idea what's wrong with it, but I'll pull the carburetor off, make sure flush the gas tank out, clean up the carburetor, and then put it back on and see what we get. You know, it might run, might smoke heavily, might knock, you never know. But if it smokes or knocks or something, well fine, I'll take the carburetor back off, put it in a Ziploc bag, keep it clean, and use it somewhere else. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for the video here. Like I said, it's Tuesday. I'm going to get it processed tonight and probably upload it tomorrow or Thursday. Probably tomorrow as soon as I get in from work. And hopefully it'll be uploaded by 5, 6 o'clock and, you know, Central Time. So happy scrapping, folks, and keep living the life. I hope everybody's staying well. Probably self-quarantined, which someone commented about dumpster diving. You don't know these people where you're picking the stuff up, so you don't know if they've got the virus or not. They could be self-quarantined, staying inside. So I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I thought I had that raised up enough where you can see my ugly mug, but yeah, go up here. I understand you're taking a chance going out there now. Yeah, I raised it up high enough that time. I'll try to go down a little bit. But I thought about running into town, you know, run trash routes in the evening, see if I can find something on the side of the road. But like I said, that virus stays on stuff, what, 12 hours or something, so it may not be safe going out there picking it up right now. I've got some stuff here to work on. I've got projects. I still got a lot of this heavy project metal out here that I got piled up. I want to try to take down into the field. I got a little clearing back in the woods. I've got a tree down there I got to finish cutting up, and I want to put some tin down on the ground and get a lot of this project metal down there. That way it'll leave me more room up here for stuff I'm bringing in, and you know, other stuff to tear down. And then so I still want to do that. I want to get some of these mowers worked on. Got a tiller out there. I should have had it worked on by now. Everybody's getting their gardens in. If I had it running, I could probably put it on, you know, up for sale. Of course, with this virus, I'm not sure if I want people coming out to buy anything. Just try to keep it on the down low for right now, and hopefully this will all go away here shortly. I heard one report today that there's a guy down in Florida, and he thought he was about gone. Then he heard something about, or read an article on that anti-malaria medicine, and the doctors had never even heard of it down there. So, and he didn't think he was going to live through the night, so they went ahead and gave it to him. And by about 4 o'clock the next morning, he woke up and felt fine. Yeah, no more pain, no fever. So, yeah, I've only heard that from one source though, so I'm not sure how valid that is. But that, you know, it gives hope if nothing else. You know, so hopefully it's not false hope. But you know, we got to hope for the best. You know, do the best we can to avoid it. But we got to keep living a life. You know, we can't just, you know, live in fear. So you guys stay safe, and I'd say happy scrapping. But yeah, if you got regular customers, that's great. You know, and you can get it to the yard. But I've seen a couple people on that scrap metal recycle talk group talk about the prices, saying they screwed up taking it in, because, you know, and one guy said, "What's happening? What's going on? You know, they only gave me $1.60 a pound or something like that." So, well, scrap yards don't know where the market's going to be when this is all over with. Right now, the lot where they're selling it to is probably getting filled up. So, depends on how much room they have to deal with, whether they can sell the product themselves, because figure this is a worldwide pandemic, so there's a lot of business that would normally be using this metal that is not using it at this time. So everything's slowed down worldwide. But hopefully in a few weeks or a month, everything will get going again. I've got the ad posted for next month, but not sure if I'll get any calls. And if I do, I'm not sure if I want to take them right away or just wait till the following month. You know, wait till May. You know, I don't depend on this, you know, this money for bills or anything. Right now I'm just stockpiling anyway. Basically, if I take anything in and sell it, it'll probably be when my pile of tin gets, you know, too big. If I think, well, I got to thin it out, you know, and then I'll go ahead and load up a load and take it in. And give me a little mad money. But other than that, my copper, aluminum, brass, I got a little cubby hole I'm sticking all my barrels of aluminum in. I got to pick up some more barrels. Well, I got a lot of metal barrels out there. I'll probably just use them. So I just keep stockpiling, and maybe 2-3 years from now, when I get ready to retire, then I'll, you know, sell it, pay bills off. So happy scrapping, folks. I'm going to get off here. It's probably 40 minutes already. So you take care. Be safe. Bye bye.